Alrighty, guys. So yesterday we spent our night at the Delaware State and Norfolk State game, which was Deshaun Jackson versus Mike Vick. So yesterday in attendance, just some people that we saw: Meek Mill, Gillian Wallow, and Gillian Wallow. You know how we're doing a thing at Jackson State and some of the other schools where they would go and hype up the teams before the games and have like those talks with them.
Yep.
They did that with the Delaware State University team yesterday. They were posting the Hornets, which is the hoodie that I have on, our gear yesterday as well too. I saw Cam Newton on the field.
Allen Iverson.
And
Hey.
we had an after party at Mr. Ivy. I found out yesterday. Shout out to their venue. It's a black-owned venue. I met the owner yesterday, and it was packed, and he just was excited for the game to be in Philly because of the business that it brought him. But Allen Iverson was there, Deshaun Jackson, and I saw him and his fiance. They came over afterwards as well. It was just a good time. So wanted to congratulate them on that win. Now they're headed to the Celebration Bowl in Atlanta, and we have not been there. So this is like a huge win for them. And we talked about numbers yesterday. I talked to President Tony Allen, who's the president of Del State, last night, and he said, and we talked about it this morning, that the total in attendance ended up being 47,266 people, or tickets sold, and they made north of $1 million last night, but they were still calculating as I spoke to them, and all of that, gets to go to the schools. They will look out for Norfolk State as well too. So love to see what went down last night.
So dope,
Dropping the clues bombs for Delaware State.
Absolutely, man.
Dropping the clues bombs for Deshaun Jackson.
The game was dope, man. It was a lot of people at the game, like she said. Everybody was. And it just wasn't people from Delaware State or Norfolk. It was just people that just either want to support or just went to a HBCU and wanted to make sure that those numbers were up. They had 47,000 people to watch an HBCU football game, which is amazing. Hopefully we can keep those numbers up.
We were trending across Google this morning when I looked to see like what news was trending. Delaware State football was trending across Google, which is a huge thing for the team and just the HBCU culture in general. So
And dropping the clues bombs for Michael Vick.
Yeah, Delaware. Yes, and Mike Vick as well, of course. There were so many people there yesterday that were like conflicted. Like they're just excited to be on both sides. We were actually sitting on Norfolk State's side. Our suite was on their side.
Yeah.
But and shout out to everybody listening to the show too. We ran into so many people that were listening to the show and kind of followed us from the show to the game.
That's right.
So yeah, shout out to the listeners.
Nice.
Now in other big brawl news, Laila Ali has finally responded to Claressa Shields and about whether she's coming out of retirement. Finally, we got the answer. Let's take a listen.
Every female fighter who wins a WBC title receives her belt with my face displayed on it. Now that truly is something special to me. So, did her plan work? Did she make me mad enough to come out of retirement after 18 years and start training again to make her dream of fighting me and having a big payday courtesy of Laila Ali come true? Absolutely not.
Damn.
After years of blatant lies and vile disrespect, making unsolicited negative remarks about me, questioning the legitimacy of my boxing legacy, and having the audacity to cross the line by disrespecting my deceased father, trying to use his name to discredit his daughter.
Listen, Muhammad Ali would never. Her daddy would never. Her daddy would never. Maybe she don't have that in her genes.
She will not be rewarded with the opportunity to share the ring with me or anything else. There's your answer.
Why it take her so long to say no, yo?
That's how I felt when I saw it. I said all of that to say no.
Damn.
But y'all listen. What we said the last time we talked about this was that they were drumming up something here, and nothing's being drummed.
I still think it's gonna happen. I still think it's a play. I don't think you go on a rant for two parts to say this is not gonna happen. I still think at the end of it you're gonna be like, you know what? You've been talking all that smack. Let's do this. I really feel like the fight's gonna happen. I don't know why, but
I see why you say that. Maybe they don't feel like all of these videos got them the motion they wanted them to. Yeah. You know, or maybe Laila did just to build up her YouTube page. I don't know, man.
Right. It's too professional on Laila's end.
If it didn't get the response
that they was looking for, it's because it's too professional. She got to talk some ish like Claressa or like she did back in the day. She too polished. She too perfect.
Well, if Claressa can't get Laila, Shadaza Green's still out there, right?
Oh, that's the girl from Jersey, right?
That's from Patterson, New Jersey.
The one that everybody keeps saying. They said Claressa didn't respond to her, right?
I don't know.
They had a little back and forth on X. Remember we talked about it, but there's no fight happening that we know of. So
cause Shorty ready.
Yeah, she ready to rock and roll.
Yeah,
but I can understand why Claressa would angle for Laila, because that would be the big money. Yeah. Those type of fights are the money fights nowadays. Them big spectacle fights. Spectacle fights.
Yeah, we seen it with Jake Paul. We seen it with Tyson. We seen it with Roy Jones.
They're talking about Mayweather and Pacquiao now.
Yeah.
Even though that actually would be.
But whatever with Mayweather and Tyson, is that still gonna happen?
That what's crazy?
know.
It just got quiet.
Yeah, I don't think for some reason that didn't hit the way that you thought it would when you hear those two names mentioned. Like people were talking about it, then just kind of went away.
But I'll watch.
I can find out.
I'll be acting like I wouldn't watch all them fights every time it happened. I'm never gonna watch that. I'll be the first person buying the pay-per-view.
both. I'll be watching that stupid stuff too.
I like all them spectacles.
That's all you got?
No, I mean we can real quick if I got a couple minutes.
Yep.
Diddy. So remember we talked about where Diddy would be housed in prison?
Where's he going?
Well, okay, look. Here's what's happening. So TMZ did a report yesterday saying that he is headed to Fort Dix. That he was actually beginning his sentence there. That he had already been checked in at his new home for the next 2.5 years, and that's where he's going to be serving his federal prison sentence, right? But I reached out yesterday. We headed to the party. I reached out. I said, "Hey, when did this happen? I want to confirm it before I get on there and we talk about it." His team, from what I'm being told, cannot confirm that to me. They still have gotten no update as to where he is. They have confirmed that he left MDC, but they don't know where he is. And I'm like, well, isn't that like a safety thing for you guys to not know? Like it's Sean Diddy Combs. Like, how do you just not know that?
Well, it makes sense. They shouldn't tell you. They shouldn't tell anybody where Diddy's at. If he had woke up with a poking in his neck, there's no way in hell he should be telling anybody where he's at. It should be they shouldn't be telling nobody where Diddy's at.
But you'll be able to.
At the end of the day, he's an inmate right now. So you know when inmates get transferred to different facilities, you know that. That's why I thought that people knew that he went to Fort Dix yesterday just because he was at Fort Dix.
Yeah, but if he got a threat on his life or he's one of those inmates that people want to kill, you don't want to tell him where he's going, right? You don't want to give him that information.
And why is he even in the cell with somebody for him to wake up being poked in the neck?
I don't even know if that's how it's going to be this time around, Jess. I did try and ask that the last time that happened, but they wouldn't. Now that they wouldn't get into with me because of what you guys are saying.
Y'all really believe that
security.
poke in the next story?
I mean, Envy just said he wake up getting poked in the neck. I'm like, yo, why?
That's what Envy daydreams about, waking up with a man poking in the neck.
That's what they said. They said he had something, that guy had a knife to his neck. That's what they said. That was the story.
Okay.
Yep.
I didn't make that up.
I wasn't there. He couldn't wait to run ahead this morning and say, Diddy's at Fort Dix. He couldn't wait.
Poked in the neck.
I didn't even say that this morning.
Envy's imagining a prison of penises, a cage of cocks.
Crazy. Crazy.
What is wrong with you, man?
Yo, that was so eloquent, Charlamagne.
What is wrong with you?
That felt like a poem.
He practiced that. He practiced that. Prison of penises and cages of...
There was a cadence.
Yes, he practiced that one.
Yeah, so I mean, listen, the report that's out there is there, and what will happen, to Charlamagne's point, is the same way that we got the date of when he will potentially be released, that is going to be confirmed eventually, even if it's just online records, regardless of who he is. But as of right now, his attorneys are saying that's what they're saying to me. So I don't know, but that's the update that I have.
All right.
Thank you, Lauren.
You're welcome.
That is the latest with Lauren. Now, when we come back, we got front page news. Tez is here today. She's actually in studio, so she'll be breaking everything down. And then BG will be joining us. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Hold up. Every day I wake up.
Wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?